Hello everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly twin flame reading for the week of September 17th to the 23rd. I know I've been gone for quite a while, and I've missed all of you. I wanted so very much how to even check what is going on with the collective. But I had some personal things to deal with, and yes, medical work, and even really very difficult trying to navigate how the terrain, the situations are changing for me, for all of us, because I really noticed that it's not just happening to me. There are a lot of changes afoot, and we've known this from the beginning of the year, but honestly, I did not expect it to be this difficult or challenging. But had I not known what I know now, and the same set of circumstances would have presented themselves to me, this would have been like 10, 20 times more difficult, I guess, to navigate. So others are attributing it to ascension symptoms, and we've been really battered since June up to this time, but this September it's going to be much lighter. Part of it is because of the retrograde and the eclipses we've had since June, and so this is a different energy. So it's like the calm after the storm. Speaking of which, I know we've just had Typhoon Mangkhut, I think here in the Philippines. We have a different local name for it. And there's also a hurricane in North Carolina, and my heart goes out to everybody who was affected by it here in my country, and it's just, and also in the US, the earth is sort of regurgitating. It's pent up heat and energy. Things are changing, okay, and we just have to hold on, really. And this year has been really a tough one. Can't wait for it to shift. But in the meantime, as we go through all these shifts, not only in our innermost lives as a multidimensional being, but seeing that reflected in our external lives, your 3D consciousness here, then I wish everybody the best of luck and the best of may fortune favor you as you go through all these shifts, because they are not easy to deal with, okay? And although this September it seems as though there's a shift in energy, and this is really the quiet after the storm has raged, and it's time for healing. I know it seems to be like a never-ending mantra. We always have something to heal, but that's it. The tide comes in, the tide comes out, it washes everything that's on shore, it takes it back, and that's it. Okay, that's just the way it is. Okay, so just like you, I'm curious to see what the energies are for twin flames. Okay, so as always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them. And at the bottom of the deck, we have here the Two of Cups. And I know that a lot of twins are coming to reunions, but for those physical reunions, there are some that are even making their reunions high profile. I'm truly happy for them. Okay, but if you are not one of those who or perhaps you're still in separation, no contact, or you've been already let down. I mean, you've been told by your twin, or you've just given up. Um, it all flows back to each other. That's why this is the infinity symbol. So just go with it. Everybody is on a different path, although there is a certain trajectory for twins. But remember that time is all an illusion. Okay? So anyway, we have here as the basis of this reading, the general energies behind it, the Two of Cups. So this is togetherness. And in your strife, in your struggles, you may actually not even be thinking about your twin because you're just hanging on for dear life. But know that at each and every step of the way, they're with you, especially on a soul level. They're encouraging you. They're accompanying you. They are supporting you. Okay? So here, see, we have the Two of Cups. This is togetherness. This is romance. This is attraction. Then we have the Strength card, which not only indicates patience, but this also is indicative of reunions. Okay? You have the Strength card. That's why you have also the infinity symbol there. And this is a coming together, a merging of the two most unlikely energies. And perhaps in your separation, you don't know how your twin is already, how he's grown, how he's changed as a person. But you'll see later on, once this kicks in, that basically you're made of the same stuff. Even though on the outside you seem so different. Because look, a reunion from the past, you have the Six of Cups there, that indicates a relationship from the past. And the Two of Pentacles, which would be its manifestation, is currently still in reverse. So clearly this message is speaking to that segment of the Twin Flame Collective that still hasn't achieved that physical reunion that they are so longing for, and this offer of love still in reverse as of now. Okay, but let's see the progress, where we're going. This is for those who have just joined, this is the side of the Divine Masculine. This is the side of the Divine Feminine. I'm going to open the cards of the Divine Masculine first. Okay, we have here the Emperor card. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Fool card. Okay, look at what the Divine Masculine is currently preoccupied with. At the start of his spread, his mini spread, we have the Emperor card. So the Emperor card, he takes hold of the reins, okay? He brings direction and a sense of will, authority into the matter, meaning that he's fixing his life. And I know you've heard this so many times, but it's true. It doesn't just get fixed in just one snap, okay? But he's exercising his dominion over all the things that he has and the people and the situations that he currently has control over. To what purpose? Here we see the Three of Pentacles. And usually the Three of Pentacles means you're building the third energy, especially when it comes to twin flames. Okay, so him, Divine Masculine, rearranging his life so that he can finally create the third energy for both himself and his divine beloved. Okay, now how does that translate in 3D terms? Depending really on what your Divine Masculine is doing right now, it seems as though he is, because we have here the Fool card below. Well, let me get through all these cards first because sometimes the messages, they come really, really fast. And it's like an overlay of 3 or 4 screens. And so I have to tell them to slow down. for others, I know it's like a video reel, but here it's one of like Mission Impossible things where you have so many screens. Anyway, so look at this. This is what he's intent on building for the new direction that he is charting in his life. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacle is that new beginning that he's negotiating to fix. Now, this has been going on for quite some time. And this is still good news because that means that he hasn't abandoned it. In creating this, the new direction in his life, or at the very least, the new paradigm that operates in his current life right now, that means he's doing it, excuse me, he's doing it as an enlightened, multidimensional being already. Okay, see, that's what he's fixing because he wants to create third energy in the Three of Pentacles. And here, look at this. This new beginning, he doesn't want it to be burdened. He wants to be carefree. So all of those things that were really dragging him down, whether that would be guilt, whether that would be shame, whether that would be a sense of obligation, now Divine Masculine really ready to throw that out of the window. Throw that out of the window because look, this is the benevolent dictator saying that, hey, that's not necessary anymore. That cannot be part of this build. Okay, what he's attempting to build for himself in this. It's like the mini version of the new earth for the Divine Masculine in his life. Okay, because all of our individual lives, our collective lives as twins, it would be a microcosm of what's happening on a bigger scale. So that's what the earth is doing, and our energies are tied to whatever is happening to the earth. That's why we're working so hard to really help the earth ascend to the fourth dimension and later on the fifth dimension. Okay, as its inhabitants, we are tied to it may be a misnomer, but really to the energies, but I was going to say to the karma of the earth. That's why we're trying to transmute it. But as high as the earth go, we lead it. It has to follow because it is the foundation of all our 3D lives. Okay, we exist on a soul level as particles of light. But here we are very dense, and that's why our density is tied to the earth, and that's why we're also responsible for her to ascend. Okay, so here, Divine Masculine making his own microcosm of the new earth that he's trying to build, and one which will be unburdened. Okay, one because here the Fool card, he travels light. Okay, he is not resigned, but on the contrary, very excited. Hold on, my earbuds. Hold on. Okay, I have to pause it just in case one of my dogs eat. Okay, sorry about that, but I really had to pause it because if I have my monster puppy here with me, and she's gone through quite a few valuable things. She's eaten she's eaten my YSL bag, and then she's gone through a few Louis Vuittons. So I didn't want her to eat the earbud because it fell out while I was fiddling with it. Okay, anyway, as we go on through the Divine Masculine, the Fool card, very much so unburdened, but here he has this sense of excitement. He doesn't know what's in store for him. He's hoping, based on the cards here, that this reunion will come and push through. But he doesn't quite know still how to manifest that. And right now, he's just sort of building up the courage to be this carefree, okay? Not thinking about how he'll look, how embarrassed he'll look, because remember, his goal right now is to build and to create the third energy, and to do it in a new phase. Now let's look at the card here for the Divine Masculine. Okay, here we have TikTok. See, that's why he is raring to go. This is a recognition that our existence in this particular lifetime as very dense beings here on earth, it's very finite. Okay, and so this is a realization on the part of the Divine Masculines, and I did get this too recently in another reading for a client. This is the realization that you have to do what you can, because life is really utterly too short to be burdened by all these things, to be dragged down by all these denser energies, just because you feel you're stuck with them. So this is a new journey that he's taking after that realization, and that's also good news, because it's like the phases of grief, wherein the Divine Masculine, now enlightened, out of the denial stage, out of the anger stage, and now realizing that he's got to get a move on things, okay, to establish this. This is what he wants to establish, okay? So there. Now, let's go to the Divine Feminines. First card we have for the Divine Feminine, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, beginning card for the Divine Feminine, rather, we have the Five of Cups. And this is a card that speaks of loss and disappointment. Okay, and really part of the challenges that you are struggling with, because everything in the physical is really a reflection of what's going on within. So a lot of the Divine Feminines reeling from this disappointment. And like I said, while the community has the best intentions at heart, when really celebrating all the other unions or this or that, to others, especially those who are not vocal about being on this journey, about being serious about their ascension journey, it creates a sort of pressure to keep up with the Jonases, okay? And others feel that it's a reflection of their progress or non-progress, as they might denominate that. Okay, but that is just how it is. Everybody has to go through life and all these self-learning, self-growth at different paces. Okay, but still, this has really manifested sometimes in even physical symptoms, sicknesses, illnesses, and all that, all born out of the disappointment. And it doesn't even have to be disappointment directed at your twin. You can be disappointed about how the way things are going at work, how your family is treating you, how others seem to not get it. And, you know, instead of being in a cooperative spirit and, you know, getting it on with the team, so to speak, and they're still stuck very much so in dense energies, and this is causing a lot of disappointments to light workers and twin flames, me included, okay? because it's like, despite the work that you've done, um, on the outside, it seems as though you haven't really advanced or progressed. But that is utterly not true. Your soul knows it, I know it, and you know it. Okay, but sometimes you tend to forget because all these other external things are really, they act like a pressure cooker. Okay, and that's why a lot of light workers have difficulty adjusting, especially because you're twins and you belong to the first, second, third wave of volunteers, whatever wave that you belong to. This density is so unfamiliar to us. A lot of you have existed on a soul level on different planets, different dimensions, as pure beings of light. And you've chosen this path in order to experience this density, in order to smell, taste, feel, see color, everything else. A lot of the planets out there, in other lifetimes that you may have had, it was so different. You didn't have to watch your back. You knew there was love, there was support from the council, from other beings, from your kind, and it was just there. But this was a volunteer mission in order for you to learn and experience, and we're all doing that together. Okay, so anyway, here, this disappointment, especially in matters of the heart, in this not pushing through for some, but this is just a temporary situation, which the divine feminines really have to get a handle on, because their counterparts, as you can see, he's getting a handle on things that are physical, in order to make that beginning that you so hope and are now disappointed in a reality. Okay, but he's doing what he can do in order to get this going, moving. Look, he's very much in a hurried phase. Okay, but the divine feminines, look at this. After the Ace of Cups, and this is the new beginning in love that she's hoping, born out of all her disappointments, this is really igniting her desire to just go at it, have a go at it, and have love, okay, in her life, and not relegated to her twin flame alone, although it's again, it's the same energy, the way you've mistaken your false twins as your twin. I don't know how to say it, but it's the same energy that fires it. That in your quest to find this new love, some of you will be confused and be looking for it elsewhere. Anywhere. You can see this is so fast. Okay? This is a surge of creativity. It's like all of you have just decided, I've been so focused on my twin, but I actually want a love life. Okay? But then again, you have had this love life with your twin all this time. But there is a hankering there because you feel so disappointed of really making this love life work for you in your life right now. So there's a desire there to find love. There is a tendency to find love in the wrong place. But depending on where you are in your journey, then you will know it for what it is. Okay? And here, we have here the Queen of Wands. So look, she's taking control of all her disappointments, and she's building on it. You see, the Five of Cups, this Queen of Wands lies below this Five of Cups. Okay, so by sheer desire alone and the sheer powers of her creativity and her desire to manifest, and knowing that she's a sovereign creator, that she can create her circumstances, she's turning these losses into wins. And she wants to do them fast. Okay? Very fast. This would be her losses, what she perceives as her losses in her love life. But she's taking control of that and really channeling her creativity into her being a creator by herself. And you can see here, while the Emperor here, Divine Masculine, being very methodical about it. That's why he's kind of slow. He's methodical. He's like the Emperor. He doesn't want to miss, dot all the I's, cross all the T's. He's a very methodical. Queen of Wands, raging on. But remember, raging on with her creativity and her authority. So, in order to get to this, so that you can overcome all this disappointment, really, you have to make sure that your solar plexus is solid and working and working at optimal capacity. And I think this is why I was advocating the RASHEEBA. I think the last time I had a reading, which was like a month and a half ago, okay, because it makes you clear. It makes you have a firmer, a more grounded step when you move forward, even if you don't know the direction that you're heading. Okay, there is a phrase, I don't know exactly the English translation of it, but it's like buo ang loob. Okay, you have to have full courage. It doesn't quite translate. Okay, but this is really, it's not only confident, but being so sure of oneself that everything settles down around you, because you are that stable. You are the sort of the tower block. You are the rock everybody else breaks, the waves break themselves against. Okay, so that's why you have to work on your solar plexus now, because this and yes, recently, you know what, usually my guides tell me when the energies change, it's in the form of colors. And recently, a couple of days ago, and I just have to really notice what I'm attracted to at that time, because there are phases. Sometimes it's just all blue, and that was how I knew what rays I was anchoring as a twin flame. Even before I got on YouTube, that's how they tell me. And quite recently, it was the color. It's purple and a little orangey yellow. Okay, more of yellow, purple, yellow and orange, kind of a mix of that. And so that's very important during this time, that you get those two chakras very clear and cleansed. Okay, your orange would be the sacral chakra, your desire to have pleasure in your life, because you've been caught up in all this misery. Okay, and then the of course, the purple would be the silver violet flame of transmutation, and the yellow would be your solar plexus chakra. So do pay attention to that. So there we have it for the divine feminines going on their own journey, with a warning not to have the same mistake. Because this is, like I said, in your haste, you may confuse one with another. So just go into it with your eyes open. And let's look at the card for the divine feminine here. See, here we have Treasure Island, and you can see this tortoise here carrying this treasure on its back. The tortoise, symbol of wisdom, longevity, and it carries on this back this treasure filled with stars and hearts. So here, the divine feminine, although, look, the tortoise here, he's a slow but very powerful swimmer. In fact, because he is very well protected and he carries what is his treasure on his back. What this is saying is that wherever these steps lead you, okay, because sometimes in your in the slowness of the pace, just like a tortoise, you kind of don't know where you're going. It's not very clear. Unlike, you know, when you have I don't know, well, a cheetah would be a fast animal. When you have a cheetah running towards you, you know what direction it's running to. Okay, well, the tortoise kind of lumbers around even when he's swimming and all that, but again, he escapes most of the predators of the ocean. Okay, and he, because he's a symbol of longevity, and the treasure here is that wherever he makes his house, he brings his house. He realizes that if it is the light and the love that he holds with him and he carries it with him, whatever circumstances that the divine feminine will find herself in, and they have been battered, really, except probably for those coming into union, planning for their upcoming wedding or whatever. But really, the other segment of our collective that are still in this situation, they have been battered. So here, the divine feminine, as a result of her wisdom in tapping into the higher dimensions, really knows what is important to take with her. Okay, and I'm gonna pick a card in the middle. Okay, okay, let's shuffle a bit. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'd like to thank everybody who I know I haven't been putting out videos, but for my followers and clients who have been regulars, even if I don't put out videos, I do truly appreciate working with you, and the feedback that you've given me on the couples Akashic Records reading. Even if sometimes I get into this state, just reading it, I truly appreciate it. And you know what? There is a reason for that, why that is important. You see, we're all part, this lifetime that we have here on earth, it's the soul that we have here on earth, it's all part of our oversoul. But the oversoul is so big, okay, is so big that you can only have an aspect of it in each particular lifetime. And part of being a multidimensional being, okay, which is part of the goal, really, is to be able to integrate all those different aspects of your soul. And that is why it's also important, because several aspects of you exist simultaneously in other dimensions, in other lifetimes. They're all happening at the same time. It's not a parallel. The timeline is not parallel. It's more of a spiral. So there are those aspects of you existing that if you, that's why it's very important, because if you feel that this aspect of you in this particular lifetime needs to resolve some things, now we have the capability as multidimensional beings to actually help resolve the issues in that particular lifetime, in your lifetime now. And that understanding is so profound, so important, because you will gain so much information that would help you navigate whatever situation you're in now. So for those who feel that that would help them, well, there's the Couples Akashic Records reading. Just check out the website, okay? But I do appreciate all the emails that I've gotten from those who have found significance in the reading in their current lives. Okay, so now let's pick a card in the middle for the both of you. Okay, see here, King of Wands. King of Wands, both intent on creating something, but with such, because here, with the King of Wands, the impulsivity, okay, the impulsiveness of the Knight of Wands is truly tempered by experience, by wisdom, and that's why the King of Wands becomes a very exciting and benevolent ruler. And this is the energy now of both twins. They're not, it's like this is fire energy, and if you don't have it, especially divine feminines, you need this right now for the next phase of your lives. This Five of Cups, it was like being doused with water. Okay, that is water, water, water. And now you need fire because he's building. And you need this fire to complement the divine masculine. So if you still don't have it, then this is where the RASHEEBA sessions would help. Okay, so anyway, that's what I have for you, and I have missed you, so I hope this continues. I'm trying to get a handle on things so that I can do weekly readings, but I am online. You can visit my site anytime, and to everyone, hang in there, and I love you all. Okay, take care. Bye.